Welcome to the Self-Love for the Fearless Woman of Christ course. This is the first video. What is self-love? What is self-love? We can think of it as a desire to give our own well-being a level of importance and respect. If you love yourself, you have regard for yourself. It's about treating yourself as well as you would treat anyone you love. But most of us have been conditioned to believe that we should put ourselves last. We do this under the guise of caring about others or modesty. However, this is very self-defeating. You can't do as much for others when you don't make yourself a priority too. You have to live with yourself every minute of the day, so you may as well enjoy your company. Consider these topics as a means to learn to love and appreciate yourself. So, we'll first discuss, are you using the right criteria to measure your self-worth? Having and utilizing the correct measuring stick makes a difference. We often judge ourselves by the culture in which we live. This can be a mistake. We'll dive deeper into this topic in a second, but I want to tell you how this course will be different than the other courses that I've created so far. This is a 30-day beginning to self-love. Many experts believe it takes 30 days to build a habit. Effective habits ensure your desired outcome. In 30 days, you can accomplish a lot and gain the momentum needed to make a real breakthrough in your self-love. So, there will be 6 videos included in this course that will guide you over the next 30 days of your self-love journey. Video 1 will be days 0 through 5. Video 2 will be days 6 through 10. Video 3 will be days 11 through 15. Video 4 will be days 16 through 20. And video 5 will be days 21 through 25. And video 6 will be days 26 through 31. You'll watch each day of the video and then pause the video for whichever day you're on, complete the task for the day, then come back to play the rest of the video on the following day. Make sense? I hope so. Moving on. There will be a closing video. The conclusion will discuss this is just the beginning of your path to true self-love and self-esteem. Where will you go next? We'll discuss this topic in that video. I'll also leave you with tools to be able to continue your self-love journey after the course is over. Just a brief description of what to expect for now. Let's move on to discussing, are you using the right criteria to measure your self-worth? How do you determine your self-worth? Is it how much money you have? The fact that you can fit into your skinny jeans, a great job in a Mercedes? It's an interesting question. Most of us just have a vague notion of whether or not we should love ourselves given our circumstances in life. A good thing to consider is how you think your child should measure their self-worth. Do you think a child should love themselves more or less if they were wealthy or poor? More or less attractive than the average person? Failed more times than they were successful? Succeeded more than they failed? Would you consider any of these to be a reason for a child to love themselves more or less? What criteria would you use? Things that probably shouldn't determine your degree of self-love. Your education. If your child decides to become a welder or a preschool teacher instead of going to college, would you consider them to have less worth? If you need to go to college to pursue your dreams, then go. If you don't, there's no reason to feel bad about not attending. Your body shape or attractiveness. While your diet and exercise routine have a great effect on how you look, much of your appearance is out of your hands. The color of your eyes, your height, and your general body shape are determined by your genes. Consider your spouse, child, friend, or even a pet you love. If their appearance took a turn for the worse, would you think less of them? Of course not. So there is no reason to think less of yourself for not looking like a fitness model or movie star. Your career. Some careers are more challenging or lucrative than others, but there is more to life than splitting atoms or making six figures. If you enjoy what you do, can pay your bills, and have enough time and money left over to do the things you love, you're doing incredibly well. Your financial situation. Happiness is a more worthy goal than wealth. Studies show that happiness doesn't increase beyond the 70K year mark. Having more money than that doesn't matter much. If you're making less than that, it might be worth your while to reach that level. However, your income says nothing about how much you should love yourself. There have been many spectacular people that never made a lot of money. Your possessions. If you travel, you'll notice how people in the US and Canada compare to those in most other countries. We're obsessed with having more. Interestingly, people from many relatively poor countries often rate themselves as happier than the people in North America. There will always be someone with more. It's a battle you can't win. Your successes and failures. Everyone has successes and failures. You can always try again. The most successful people have often had the most spectacular failures. If anything, you might have a good reason to be happy with yourself for failing a lot. The people you know. Are you more worthy of self-love because of whom you know? Are you any less worthy of self-love because of whom you don't know? Things outside of you can't control can't be a valid determinator of your self-worth. It's called self for a reason. The list might seem a little daunting since these are very things that are prized by many in our culture. However, if you want to love yourself, it's important to use valid criteria. The keys to loving yourself are to know yourself and to be on a path to become a person that you respect. You're already amazing. Realizing that is half the battle. The other part is to see regular improvement in yourself. Humans are happiest when making progress. You get to determine what that progress is moving toward. You'll be more pleased with yourself if you start working on those things that you think are important. Our society thinks that certain things are important. However, your self-worth is independent of where you live. Why would you like yourself more or less if you lived in Ukraine, Hawaii, or Australia? You're still the same person. Society can give you permission to love yourself or take it away from you. So, I want you to go ahead and download a worksheet that I have for you to complete. So this worksheet is right here, and it is some questions to help you gain better perspective of how you can strengthen your self-love. So the first question is, how do I determine my self-worth? Is that okay? And it has a series of questions. The next question is, in what ways do I treat my close friends better than I treat myself? So it's just questions like that. And it is about 10 questions for you to answer. So yeah. So I want you to download this worksheet. And then I also would like you to download this worksheet as well, which is the self-love daily tracker, which you'll use along with completing each day of the 30 days. So it has the activities for each of the 30 days, and it says, did you do this, and how did it make you feel when you did it? So this is for all 30 days of this activity. So download both of these worksheets, complete the first worksheet now, and save this worksheet to complete along with the 30-day challenge. And that is it for our very first video. I hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.